Hello everyone and welcome to this short presentation. Today you're about to discover the brand new home selling system that allows us to give your property 100% maximum exposure to help you sell for absolute top price. Now there's been one big challenge that a lot of sellers face when they sell their property. No matter how you sell it, usually most of the time you're left wondering if your home could have sold for more. So you're left wondering if you're undersold. Could you have sold your property for a lot more? Now we've created a system that is going to eliminate that problem and is going to give your property 100% maximum exposure so that you know for a fact that you sold your property for absolute top price. Now I know that's a very bold statement, but just listen closely because I'm about to reveal to you the exact step-by-step system that we've created to be able to make this happen. So grab a pen and paper and just take notes because this is going to be very helpful information if you want to make sure that you sell your home for absolute top price. So in the next few minutes, you're about to learn the new system that we call the property launch system. The property launch system basically guarantees 100% maximum exposure of your property so that you're able to sell for absolute top price. This is a brand new system that has taken us about 2 years to perfect, and there's no other real estate company out there using it because it's something that we have created. And this system is going to make sure that you get the most money from the sale of your property. So you might be wondering if this system is going to work for you. Well, the beauty about the system is that it works with any type of property, in any condition, and in any place. So if you are a homeowner who is trying to sell your own principal residence and you're looking to upgrade or maybe downgrade or just get some money, get the most for your property so you can save for retirement or for a vacation, a nice vacation, or whatever you want to do with your money, this is perfect for you because it's going to help you sell for absolute top price. Now if you're an investor who has rental properties and other investment properties, doesn't matter if they're local or somewhere else, you do not have to be there using these systems and you're still going to know that you sold for absolute top price. So this is going to work perfectly for you as well. Also, it works perfectly if you inherited a property and you have to sell the property through a trust or a probate sale. This is going to help you sell your property really super fast and sell it for the most possible, and that way you can get on with your life and move on with your life as fast as possible. Now it doesn't matter if your home needs a lot of repairs, if it needs no repairs, or if it needs like little repairs. No matter the condition of your property, this system is going to work for you and it's going to allow you to get absolute top price. Now before I continue and before I start actually explaining each step about the property launch system, I want to just briefly introduce myself for just a few minutes. My name is Ivan Cabrera and I've been in the real estate industry for over 10 years now. I've always been in search of the cutting edge marketing techniques that would allow me to have an advantage when it comes to selling your home for absolute top price. So that's always been my mission, to find a way and a system where I could sell your property for absolute top price. So as you know, that has always been a big challenge, and finally we've done it. So I have also sold commercial real estate. I've sold apartment buildings, I've sold raw land for construction, and some shopping centers as well, and numerous other commercial transactions that I've been involved in. I'm also senior acquisitions manager for a local investment firm, which we basically go out and look for properties that need a lot of renovation, and then our renovation team fully renovates the properties, and once it's ready and complete, I come back when I use the property launch system to help sell these properties for absolute top price and as fast as possible. I'm also the marketing director for a real estate firm here at Invest City Realty, and I'm the owner and founder of the property launch system, which is what I'm about to show you and explain to you how this system works so that you know how you're going to get absolute top price for your property. Now that we got that out of the way, we can start with the property launch system. So basically the main idea is to ensure that you get the most out of your property. So we're using a combination of elements that is going to help us sell your property for absolute top price. So some of those elements come from the Apple concept. So when Apple is about to release a new product, they don't just go out and put it on the market. They always build a lot of anticipation and curiosity and hype over their products so they can make sure that there's a ton of people waiting outside their stores just waiting to purchase their product once it's released. That is the same environment that we want to create for your property. We want to have a lot of people lining up the front of your door just ready to view your property and make an offer on your home. So in order to understand how we're going to make this happen and make sure that we sell your home for absolute top price, we have to create 4 crucial elements. And element number 1 is going to be massive marketing exposure, or what I like to call as also maximum marketing exposure. So basically, we have to make sure that your home is exposed to every single buyer out there that could potentially purchase your property. Not just local buyers, every single buyer that could potentially purchase your property out there must know that your home is for sale so that they have the opportunity to make an offer on your property. Number 2 is going to be anticipation and curiosity. So just like Apple does when they release a new product, we have to create a lot of anticipation and curiosity so that people want to go and look at your property. We're going to have people begging us to let them into your property so that they can look at it and make an offer on it. The number 3 is going to be competition. So obviously you will not get absolute top price if you don't have a lot of competition among buyers. You have to have a lot of buyers and create a competitive environment. So this is going to be key for you to get absolute top price. And number 4 is going to be urgency. So we cannot be waiting around for buyers to just send us their offers whenever they want to. We have to get buyers to hurry and submit offers very, very quickly so that we can sell your property as fast as possible and for absolute top price. Okay, now I know I keep on mentioning the word absolute top price, so I'm going to pretty much give you my definition of absolute top price. So absolute top price is the act of getting the most amount of money for the sale of your property that you could possibly get without any question whatsoever at the time that you place your property for sale in your current market and in your property's present condition. So it's basically selling for the most that you could possibly sell, and you knowing without a doubt that you sold for the most that it could have sold. And so you're not left wondering if you undersold the property or if you could have sold for more. And normally the number 1 reason why sellers are left wondering is because they feel that their home did not get the proper exposure, the exposure enough to be able to get more buyers and more competition and ultimately absolute top price for your property. So this is what I mean by absolute top price. You will not be left wondering if your home could have sold for more, because you're going to know for a fact that it did sell for absolute top price. Okay, so when you're thinking about selling a property, you basically have 4 options. So the first option is going to be to sell it yourself as a for sale by owner. So unless you really know what you're doing, you're not going to have that much exposure. You won't be able to sell for absolute top price if you use this method to sell your property. Okay, so option number 2 is going to be to use a discount real estate company such as Help You Sell. If you proceed with this option, then you're not going to really have a professional realtor helping you and fighting for you to get absolute top price, because companies like Help You Sell, they don't care if your home sits for 60 days, 90 days, 6 months, 1 year. They really don't care, because you're giving them free advertising when you have their Help You Sell sign outside your lawn. So that's free advertising for them. And all they care, and they also don't care if your home sells for absolute top price. They only care that eventually you're gonna get tired and you're gonna, an offer's gonna come and you're just gonna say, okay, let's get it over with and just sell it at that price. You're not gonna get absolute top price if you use these kind of companies. The other thing, the third option that you have is using other realtors that are not specifically trained to use the property launch system. So if you do this, you could be left wondering if your home could have sold for more. Now, the problem in real estate is that we are not taught to be able to expose your property 100% to every single buyer out there. We're only taught to put a sign on your front lawn and hold a bunch of open houses and hope and pray that a buyer will be driving by and that they would offer a price that is reasonable for you to accept and that you're willing to accept, so that your home sells and they can make a commission. Unfortunately, there's a lot of agents that when they take a listing to sell your property, they don't see it as their number 1 job to get you absolute top price. Their number 1 job is to sell that property at whatever price it takes. So they don't focus on giving you absolute top price for a property. They focus on giving you an offer that is going to be good enough for you to accept, so that they can get paid and they can get the commission that they need. So it becomes more of a mission to get a commission versus a mission to get the seller like you absolute top price. And with the property launch system, which is option number 4, we are trained to get you, the seller, absolute top price over everything else. So we are not trained to close just to get a commission. We're trained to be on your side and fight for you to get absolute top price. Do everything possible and expose your property to every single buyer out there so that you can get absolute top price for your property. And basically with the Property Launch System Realtor, you're guaranteed absolute maximum exposure. So if we look at the pool of buyers, depending on which option you take to list your property and sell your property, so if you're selling as a for sale by owner, you're going to be putting yourself pretty much here right in the middle, and you're also right in the bullseye because everybody's going to be out to get you. And I mean that in the nicest way, but reality is that if you don't have a professional realtor fighting for you and working for you to get absolute top price, then you're going to be on your own, and there's going to be realtors, investors, and other buyers out there who are going to be approaching you, and they're going to be working for their own best interest. They're going to want to get the best deal for them, so they're going to try to lowball you and get you to discount your property as low as possible. Nobody's going to be working for you to get absolute top price. So even though you'll be saving on commissions, you might end up losing a lot more because all the buyers and all the agents and investors, all they want is to get a deal out of you. So if you decide to sell as a for sale by owner, you better be careful about that. Then if you decide to sell with a discount real estate company like Help You Sell, you're basically going to be in this pool of buyers. So you're going to be covering, you're going to be getting more exposure than for sale by owners because your home is going to be listed on the MLS. And also if you list with other realtors, these are the pool of buyers that you're going to be getting. You're going to be doing open houses. You're going to be putting a sign in your front yard. So you're going to be getting a lot more exposure for your property. And you're going to have a little bit more guidance from, other professionals. But the reality is that realtors are not trained to expose your home to get you absolute top price. So even though it's better than selling as a for sale by owner, you're not going to be guaranteed absolute maximum exposure, and therefore you're going to be left wondering if your home could have sold for more at the end of the day. And your last option basically is working with the Property Launch System Expert, which you're covering every single pool of buyers that is in the entire spectrum. So this is where you're going to get absolute maximum exposure. So if every potential buyer that could potentially purchase your property knows about your property and has an opportunity to make you an offer, then obviously that is how you're going to know that you sold for absolute top price. Now, if the agent or the company or you're selling as a for sale by owner yourself, if you're not trained to provide absolute maximum exposure for your property, then there's always going to be that doubt. And you're always going to be wondering if you owned or sold your property and if you could have gotten a much higher offer once you sell your property on your own or with another discount real estate company or an agent that's not trained to use a Property Launch System. So let me show you a map basically to what I mean. So realtors, when we do open houses and we put the property on the MLS, let's say for example that your home is located here in California, let's say Garden Grove, California. So as realtors, we're trained to basically market to only local buyers. So these little figures here represent buyers. So when the majority of realtors are only going to market locally, they're going to do open houses, they're going to put the sign in the front yard, put it on the MLS, so they're going to cover only local buyers. Your property is only being exposed to local buyers. But did you know that the majority of buyers who come from out of the area, so basically relocation buyers from out of town, like nationwide buyers or out of the country buyers who are relocating into your area for one reason or another, did you know that those kind of buyers tend to pay a lot more for properties versus just local buyers that know everything about the area? And the reason is obvious. It's just because, maybe they don't know, they're not too knowledgeable about the area, but also it's because since they know that they're not local, they want to be very competitive, because a lot of times when there's out of town buyers, relocation buyers, either they're moving into your area because they want to be near to the company that's relocating, or maybe they have a friend or family that told them that your area is a good area, so they'll go online and research your area. Maybe they'll research the schools, the location, and once they make the determination that they want to move into your area, they're going to look for properties there. Once they do their own due diligence and feel that your area is where they want to be at, so they're going to be looking for properties there, and most of the time they'll just start looking online or such places like that. And if your realtor is not trained to market and put your home in front of all these buyers, then you could potentially be missing out on much higher offers for your property. So that is what I mean with maximum exposure. Your realtor must be trained to not only expose your property to local buyers, but also expose it to nationwide buyers and out of the country buyers. Any buyer who could potentially be interested in making an offer for your property. That is what the property launch system is basically is going to do for you. The property launch system has been created specifically to be able to give your home 100% absolute maximum exposure. It's an advanced marketing strategy combined with a new system of selling properties that is going to allow you to get absolute top price for your home. So this is something that we've been working only on our investors' properties and has been working phenomenal. So for the very first time, we're about to release it to the public, and we're going to give you the opportunity to sell your property for absolute top price and not be left wondering if your home could have sold for more. So we're going to break this training down into 3 different videos. This is going to be the end of the first video. So if you want to get the next video, if you want to go ahead and get the next video so that you know exactly where I'm going to be breaking down all the 10 steps that it takes to sell your property for absolute top price, then please go ahead and enter your email below, and you're going to get access immediately to the second video where you're going to learn exactly step by step how we're going to make sure that we expose your property 100% and allow you to sell your property for absolute top price. And you're not going to be left wondering if your home could have sold for more, because you're going to know for a fact, once you see how this system works, that your home sold for absolute top price. It's going to be fast and it's going to be simple for you with no headaches, no long-term contracts, no upfront fees, nothing for you to lose. Basically, it's going to be 0 risk for you. We're going to take all the risk on ourselves. You're not going to risk anything, and this is going to be the best way for you to sell your property. I'll tell you one thing right now. This is going to revolutionize the way that realtors sell properties, and I know that eventually every realtor is going to have to learn how to use this type of system, because a lot of sellers, once they learn about the system, they're going to demand that the realtors are trained and that the realtors do this type of exposure, because this is going to ensure that you get absolute top price and you never ever have to again wonder if your realtor did not expose your property enough and if you could have sold for more than what you did. So go ahead and put your email right now, enter your email, enter your information, and you're going to get immediate access to the second video where I'm going to explain step by step exactly how the property launch system works and how that's going to help you sell for absolute top price, and it's going to give you 100% maximum exposure for your property. Go ahead and enter your information now, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks a lot.